Hi everyone, this is Rihanna from A Frugal Life, and today we're going to be talking about things that are actually worth spending your hard-earned money on. So typically I talk about on this channel how you can not spend money and all the things you should not be buying or spending money on. Today I'm going to actually tell you a few things, maybe about 9 or so of them, that I find it 100% worth it to take the money out of your bank account and spend. So let's talk about those now. These are going to save you money in the future or save your health or your personal well-being. So these are those 9 things now. Number 1 is my Instant Pot. It typically runs about $60 online, but you can find it in thrift stores for between $20 and $30. An Instant Pot is a pressure cooker. Instant Pot is actually the brand. I find the Instant Pot brand better than the other brands I have tried. So the Instant Pot brand is a reasonable price. You can get it online easily. It's simple and easy to use. I find it very, very safe, and it has tons of accessories you can buy down the line. So I save a ton of money by using my Instant Pot. You can buy cheap cuts of meat, throw some vegetables in there, and make a wonderful dinner for very inexpensive by using the Instant Pot. I purchased the extra lid to make it a crock pot, and I use that as well. And I use it so much that I actually purchased a second insert for it because I will typically make lunch in it and then make dinner in it. So instead of having to wash the pot right away, I can put it in the sink and wash them both at the same time that night. So it's totally 100% worth the $60. I probably saved hundreds of dollars in groceries. You can make meat, vegetables, even pasta, rice, boiled eggs, hard-boiled eggs I make in there, baked potatoes, all sorts of things. You can even make a cake in the Instant Pot. If you have a choice between a crock pot and an Instant Pot, I would buy the Instant Pot because you can use the Instant Pot for both things for only one price. Number 2 is going to be health insurance. This is obviously right now for my US viewers. If you don't want to watch this one, you can skip ahead to the next chapter. But health insurance where I live is extremely important. So I've told you before, my husband had to go into surgery this year for a 5-day hospital stay. It was over $100,000, and we ended up paying less than 1% of that because of some durable goods that were not covered. But the hospital stay alone was completely 100% paid for from the health insurance we pay every month for $500 through Covered California. So health insurance is so important. It does not matter if you are 20 years old in college and you think that you will not die for the rest of eternity and you can live forever. So I know when you're young it seems like nothing's ever going to happen to you. It is not true. When we were in our 20s, we both had hospital stays. So if you're in the US, it is worth it to scrimp and save and pay whatever you can for health insurance because you never know what's going to happen. It's very important to cover yourself in case something does. Number 3 is a deep freezer. We have a deep freezer all the time. Number 3 is a deep freezer. We've actually had a deep freezer since way back before this house when we were living in a 26-foot RV. So we actually had a small deep freezer that we covered and used as a table when we were not using it to open for the freezer items. Now that we live in a bigger house, we have a much bigger deep freezer, but it has saved us thousands of dollars because now we can stock up on vegetables, dairy products. You can freeze eggs and butter and cheese and all sorts of things. So we can buy things in bulk on a very, very deep discount and freeze them if we don't can them or do something else with them. So I think it's 100% worth the $250 we spent on sale for a deep freezer. Number 4, education is important. Make sure that when you do purchase education like a college degree or something like that, that it's worth the ROI. ROI means return on investment. So maybe you don't spend $100,000 on a job that's later going to pay you $30,000 a year, but it is worth it to get a proper education, to get a job that you're passionate about. So nurses need education, doctors, teachers. There are many things you can do without a college degree. You can be a dog groomer or a plumber or an electrician, but you still need some sort of education. So find out what you're passionate about and invest in it. It's worth the investment. And I do have some videos. I will post the link up above of the video on how to get a cheaper education. But there is always a way that you can get a proper education, and that is definitely worth some money to invest in to follow your passions down the line. Number 5 is comfortable shoes that fit. I am so guilty of spending money on cheap shoes when Payless Shoes was around. And that, if you don't know that, that is a shoe store in the US that used to be all across the country and had very cheap and expensive shoes. They were also not always comfortable. They didn't always fit right. It had very little support. So now I spend money on shoes that are very supportive, comfortable. They have lasted forever, way longer than those other shoes lasted, and they are worth the money. So it costs per wear, it's actually much cheaper to buy a more expensive, durable shoe that is great for your foot, your back, your spine, all of that. So cost per shoe, comfortable shoes that cost a little bit more money is very important. Number 6 is going to be tools. Tools are worth the investment. So my husband has an entire shop full of tools for the house and for the cars that we've built up over a lifetime. Obviously, you cannot spend thousands of dollars on tools right now if you don't have a set, but if you buy them as you need them, project per project, you will build up a lifetime of tools. Buy durable ones, buy ones with warranties and guarantees, buy brands that replace them when you break them, and it is worth the investment. So we save hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a year on things that my husband fixes himself instead of paying other people to fix. So tools are always worth the investment if you're going to be able to use them down the line. Number 7 is baby safety products. So please do not go to a garage sale or a thrift store and buy your baby a crib or a car seat that's 30 years old. It is 100% worth it for your baby's life and for your peace of mind and for their safety and their health and well-being to spend a little bit more money on products that are safe. So make sure when you purchase products for your baby that they are not recalled, that they have all the proper safety harnesses and equipment and everything installed, that they are approved by the DMV or whatever local approval you have in your country, and then make sure they're installed properly. So you can take, in our country, in the US, you can take your baby car seat to the local CHP and they will install it for you in your car to make sure it's properly installed. If you're a longtime mom, you probably know how to install it yourself. Just don't skimp on products for your baby. Don't buy value products for your baby. Buy things that are safe and healthy for them. Number 8, I have a story for you, and that is about dental care. So I was supposed to get a root canal last year because of COVID and because I did not want to and could not pay $1,800 for the root canal without dental insurance. Then I ended up paying even more in pain and suffering and heartache down the line, and I had to get the tooth pulled. It's not replaceable. It was very tough. So I should have found a way back then when I needed it to get proper dental care. So now I have found Western Dental. It's obviously not the best, most amazing pain-free experience, but they do allow you to come in at a very cheap discounted price. I paid $10 a month for their insurance and I was able to get my dental care done, including things I needed done for a long time. So I personally wish I had invested in dental care beforehand. Even if you don't get it from your employer, there are usually ways you can go to like a dental school or something like that. So it's worth it to spend the money that you need for proper dental care so you avoid paying down the line. Number 9, let's talk about that emergency fund. So I've talked about this before. I have a link up above which will help you save money for an emergency fund, especially if you're on a low income. But the important thing is that it is worth it to put that money aside. It's not spending the money because you're saving it for yourself, but it is using that money in an appropriate way. So I've recently found a bank account that I love. It is a Schwab High Investment checking account. It's perfect for my emergency fund. It is more money and interest than my regular checking account was at my bank. It's easy to deposit money in there, and most importantly, if I do have an emergency, it's easy to get money out of there. So it's a higher interest rate, easy to start, online, perfect. I put the link down below. If you want to start your own, you can. And it is totally worth it to put your money in an emergency fund for later down the road if you have something like a dental emergency or a medical emergency. That's it for today, folks. I just want to say I'm so happy you are here. As always, I love it when you hit like down below and you put your comments down below. And as always, I love you all very, very much. If nobody has told you today, you are all very important people. You are at least very important to me, and I know you're important to others. So remember how special you are today, and please come back if you like videos again like this, like personal finance, a frugal living, and side hustles. Come back to watch our next video coming up soon.